Hello, good afternoon. It's the update for the Cup of Juice progress update for the year change. Yay! As you can see in the background, it's still semi-clean, and I have, here we go, the closet. Now, you can't tell that a lot of these are wet because the dryer, that's the word, was taken. So I dried as much as I could and then threw the rest outside. Then it started to rain, or was about to, it looked like. And my roommate was getting home, so I didn't want her to see all my clothes outside, and then that'd be a big fuss. In case it would be, because it's never have been. But I was just like, oh god, I gotta appear to be the perfect roommate, because it's people pleasing to the maximum, as always. So I ran them back in. Sorry. I'm trying to make sure, because that's something I'm trying to work on, is getting to the point and staying on task and staying on a topic and not trailing off. And it's really hard for me to do, but I am making more progress. Now, it did suck that the last week I was sick. Don't believe it or not, until Wednesday I was sick. From Wednesday to Wednesday, a whole week of sickness. Now, Wednesday to Wednesday, it was more so 3 days of very bad sickness, and then up until Wednesday of me recovering my voice and just having energy back, because I was asleep. I kept sleeping over and over and over again, and it was getting me upset. Like, how much do I need? I love sleep, but not when I feel like I'm forced to do it and I'm missing out on everything. My sleep schedule was just all messed up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep at this time. I've been waking up at 3 in the morning now. Even I've been going to bed. I was in bed Wednesday. I was awake I was asleep until 4 p.m. Asleep until 4 p.m. Awake until 9, and then asleep again until 5 in the morning. I was awake for about maybe 5 hours at maximum. I was like 4:13 that I woke up, and then around 9 that I fell asleep. So about 5 hours, and then just asleep the rest of the time until 5 in the morning. Again, and then I woke up, stayed awake, and then fell right back asleep. And it wasn't like I was trying to. Sometimes I'd lay down and I'd be like, okay, I don't feel like getting up. I can't get up. I'm gonna and I'd just fall asleep. Other times I'd be laying in bed because I'd be in pain and sick and coughing and feeling like I was gonna throw up, so I didn't want to get up, and I'd just be watching something or just laying there like, oh, okay, I just need to sit here. My eyes would not be closed, and then 2 seconds later, I'm like opening my eyes, and I know that I'm asleep. I don't remember falling asleep, but I know I was asleep, even though I can't remember my dream, because of how long it took my eyes to open, and the general disorientation that I felt where I was just waking up. I also, this is a side note, got 3 lights now instead of just 1 in there, which you can kind of tell because it's easier to see me in my room now because it's all lit up instead of... Oh, this makes me look holy. Why are you so energetic? Drinking. Anyway, not good for you. Don't do that. No, I just, again, trying to stay on task. If this doesn't seem like my usual self, and like I'm trying to fake enthusiasm, because that's a big complaint that I have on my end. I hate when people fake their enthusiasm for YouTube. They fake a personality, and that's just not what I want. I'm only doing this so I can like focus. I'm trying to stay energetic. Not stay energetic. I'm just trying not to. It's me really trying to control where I go. Anyway, blah 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 blah. More about what I've been doing. So, in my hamper, right next to me, it's this box. There's a box right next to me. You can hear it right there. That is empty now, besides the stuff that's always been in there, which is just junk, and my shoes. My mom bought 2 pairs of shoes, but she bought one size that was size like 15 or 16, because I thought my feet would keep growing when I was 18, because I wore a size 13, and because every year my foot would just keep growing and keep growing. I had way bigger feet than I had when I was, like, for my size comparatively. I was in a size 12 at like 10, which maybe wasn't such a big deal, but I was like under 6 foot until about junior year, end of sophomore year, somewhat like that. Now I'm 6'3", so The body finally caught up. The feet stopped growing. I think the feet just got a little too excited and decided, look, dude, when you're ready, come meet us here because this is pretty great. Anyway, this is empty. There's just clothes laying on top of it that are wet, that are just drying. It's the stuff that was a little too wet, except for which one, right here, this one. You also can't really tell too much because it's a little hard to see, but this is color-coded, which may not seem like a big deal to you, but I did not mean to do that at first. And then when I started hanging them up and seeing that all the black clothes that were small were over here, and then all the big clothes that are just multicolored, like jackets, suits, and everything, that they're just going over there. And then it goes green, blue, red, kind of orange. This one's orange, but there's a red one in between that. You can't see it because it's blending in between the black and the blue, but there's this little sliver right here. Oh, no, you can see it. I just can't see it because I'm blind, apparently, and my big-ass hand's in the way. Anyway, in my hamper is the dirty clothes. I just put all the dishes in the sink into the dishwasher. They weren't mine. I don't make dishes. That's the one thing. I may be messy in my room, but I am not messy anywhere else. I try not to be. I clean up after myself to the best of my ability. Except the microwave, sometimes I forget that. But everywhere else, if there's a mess, you will not see. I treat the environment like I don't want someone to find out I even exist in any realm outside this room. I'm a ghost. You may hear me in here. You may hear me beyond the walls, but you will not hear me or see me outside. I'm silent. And that's hard because I like to talk to myself when I'm alone. I really do. And I don't like the idea of people hearing me because I like to be weird and talk to myself and be weird while I'm talking to myself. And then I don't want people to be like, so, what was that about? Like they hear me or heard me or I didn't know they were here. And then I'm just being my normal weird self and la-di-dying. And then I look outside and I can see them talking to people. And I'm like, why would you do this to me? Why would you show me? Why would you just sit there and not warn me? Why not just knock on the window and say, hey, I'm here? Or make a loud noise. Open and close the door. Let me know that you're here so I don't make a fool of myself. But also, I'm starting not to care if people hear me or not. It's getting to the point where I'm getting to the kind of back to my old ways of being crazy, except unlike where I forget everything, it's just the apathy. It's just the apathy. You can't shame me. I'm unshameable. And I'm getting more and more closer to that, to being unshameable. Because that's my goal, is to never, ever, ever care what anyone thinks of me or what they have to say. It'll be so good because they're going to be so mad. People are going to love to be mean, but they can't be mean to me because it won't matter. Won't matter. People have been mean to me my whole life. And it won't matter sooner or later. It still matters to me a little bit. It gets to me. I get mad. I try not to. I'm like, is it really that important? But I also enjoy being mean to people back. I like when I get the excuse to, because it's like I get to get rid of all the aggression I have in my body. I'm not trying to ramble, by the way. I know where I'm going. I'm keeping track. So in that regards, let's keep that. I still have to get rid of all the stuff under here. This is all dirty clothes. I know that. All that's dirty clothes. I need to get rid of that. It may look like my bed is a little bit made, but it's not. I only threw it on there because I didn't want you to see how terrible the room looks without the comforter on, because it looks much messier. I also need to get more rugs. I have a rug over here. I stapled because I could not get the screw in. I just couldn't get the fucking screw in. I tried over and over and over and over again, and I couldn't get it in. And it was irritating the shiz out of me. Could not get it open. I'm going to be so mad because I checked the sound before I started this. If this thing decides to not record my audio, and I make this whole thing, because I'm not going to be happy like I am right now for the second one. My energy is going to be depleted for that one. This is me happy because I'm excited to tell you guys things are going better, and I'm not sick anymore. And I can talk now, so it's nice. Anyway, I have a rug that's just there, so it doesn't look as bad that the door, because I don't have carpet, so the door, you can see where there's just a big opening of air underneath there. So at least that way I can kind of shove stuff underneath because I put a door, like a drafter underneath there, because that's what I'm saying. I stapled like a draft stopper or whatever under there, so I can shove things under there, and I can make a much more uniform air seal around it. Because I have a weather strip on the left side, I couldn't put it on the right side and keep my big carpet up on the top of it. It's like a blanket that's supposed to muffle sounds. That's mainly there, so I don't hear too much of what's out there coming back in, but I do also need to get a solid object right here. I need to get more stuff over here. I'm thinking about moving the bed a little bit further into the middle and then just getting shelves and then like putting a desk there, but I also don't care. Still trying to soundproof this room because I want to block the sounds coming in, not really the sounds coming out, because people are going to hear me, and most of the time they're not even here, so I don't really care. But anyway, so I have a rug, I have a doorstop, a draft or whatever thing. I'm just trying to tell you everything. Light bulbs, bottom measuring tape. Measured myself over and over because I had to, as well as measured other stuff. I measured the toilet seat, so I need to get another toilet seat cover. I finally did that. I think. Probably not. I probably forgot. I think I forgot, and I'm lying because I measured my steering wheel. I measured everything except the thing I bought this for. Holy crap. But I did measure myself because I wanted to know, because people kept telling me I was 6'3", or 6 foot. And I was like, that's not right. That's not right. And it's not. It's not right. I am 6'3". But I did almost get tricked into thinking I was 6 foot because I was really sad. I was like, am I 6 foot? Because I had a friend that's 6'4". I think I'm like 6'2.5", so I just rounded up to 6'3". And he's 6'4", so he's 2 inches taller than me. But it feels like it because my eyes are right here. So it just feels like he's like a mountain. Anybody that's taller than me feels like a mountain. They just do. It doesn't matter even if they're like, if their eyes are even just up here. Their eyes could just literally be up on their forehead, and they could be the exact same height. And I'll automatically think, oh, God, they're taller than me. I feel so small in front of them. Is this a release button? Oh, it is. Oh, no wonder. I was doing it on the floor, and it kept undoing. Anyway, how I figured out. Measured to 5 inches and 5'3", because that was the size. That's the size of my kid's mom, and then measured my skull, which is about 11 to 12 inches, 11 and a half. Now, if it was 6 inches, if I was 6 feet exactly at 5'3", because I stand taller than her, she is up to my head, up directly, and I measured from there directly where it'd be compared to my chin. It doesn't matter if you measure anywhere around this area, but the bottom of your chin to the right here. Basically, my Adam's apple, that's where she is, at the top of her head, up directly. That's where she stops. I know for a fact because I measured at 5'3", and she might actually be smaller than that anyway, but it doesn't matter. And then measure from there to the top of my head, to the very tip top, flatten my head down. It said 11 and something inches, so 6'2.5", 6'2", but. For the purposes of putting my shoes on, I am 6'3", so that's all that matters. And it's already there, so you always round up. Anyway, so eat me. Anyway, what else? I need to go measure that toilet seat, so I'm going to go do that now. Screw it. I'm going to go do it now. Give me a second. I'll be right back. And it's 17 inches. Which is crazy because the toilet seat that I bought, the toilet seats that were bought were about 16 inches. 16 and a half to be exact. And yet there was always, because I measured from the very back all the way up to the lip. The end of the lip. 17 inches. The toilet seat said 16 inches in length. And yet there's a solid 2 inches left in the space because I have a tinier one on there right now. But the one I bought was even smaller than that, but they're technically the same size. How does that work? Who's lying here? Not the measurer, because this measurer proved that I was indeed 6'3" at least, or at the most 6'3", 6'2". but we're going to say 6'3". So the tape measure doesn't lie. So obviously, toilet seat manufacturers are lying, or the toilet's lying. Someone's lying, and I don't like it. Sorry, I'm really energetic today. I'm just happier with myself in general. Ever since quitting my job, I've just been having fun. Really, I've been alone. It's been a week, 2 weeks, and I've been by myself, but that's okay. I have people I can go see and everything, but they're just so far away, and I don't have anything proved right now to justify not, because that's what I'm trying to do, is because eventually I'm gonna have to talk about this with my family and other people and be like, yeah, so my job's gone, and I quit it off the whim that I'm gonna be able to do all right for now, so I can at least have a small period to grow my internet presence, because I'm already making money by itself, and then I can solidify some extra money on the side so I can actually just relax for once and work on other things. Like, for instance, I remember what I was going to say. I was thinking about this in the shower. So every day, I've always wanted to learn how to draw. Sorry, let me get closer to the mic. I've always wanted to learn how to draw. I'm basically yelling, so maybe you don't want me. I've always wanted to learn how to draw. Because my mother liked to draw a lot. I can't really draw anything but machines very well. Machine parts. I've noticed that, like, when I copied that from my eyes, because that's how I used to learn how to draw. My mother would buy those how to draw books, and I would just I wouldn't trace. I would look over and draw. If I tried drawing humanoid or anything else, it would look very cartoony. At least with machines and mechs, they already look cartoony as is, so it kind of offsets. Maybe in my kid brain, I thought it looked better, but I think machines were always my forte with drawing. Like the exposed wires, the parts. They were all like hard shapes, and then exposed parts, and it was just easy. At least I'm trying to remember the how to draw book that I'm remembering anyway. And then I also used to draw Yu-Gi-Oh cards for fun that were really dumb. No, I know there's a rabbit, and then there was a toilet seat that's like the toilet seat monster that was, I'm pretty sure, inspired by the Captain Underpants thing. But it was more so just a monster that was supposed to be seen in a bathroom. Because in my mind, I was thinking of like a really cool scene where there was like, so it's like the school, like think of a Goosebumps book. Like think of a Goosebumps book cover. The toilet from like the don't use the bathroom or something like that. Don't ask for a hall pass. Like that's what it would be, and it'd be like some kind of. It wouldn't have to do with the bathroom. The book would be about some kids going missing at a school or something, and like one kid's tasked with like trying to find out where they're going, but the teachers don't want them to do it, and it turns out the teachers are turning them into lunch meat to be fed to the other kids, like mad cow disease, whatever. But the cover would be like this monster toilet or something hiding in the toilet. But it would be like a toilet with arms or something. But it'd be like in the Goosebumps style. That's what I wanted to go for. It looked like someone just spat on the paper. Like someone just ate a bunch of pencils and then just drooled onto paper. So it was not good. But when it comes to mechs, which a toilet is basically a terrible mech. So that's probably why I didn't do great, is because it had all the right forms for a mech, but because it wasn't traditionally a mech, it was a humanoid toilet creature. That's why I didn't do well. So anyway, but I'm going to be drawing at least one thing every day, like that one thing, except hands. I want to start out with one of the harder things first, and what I can gather from most people is that hands are horrible to draw. Everybody hates drawing hands. So, regardless if I draw a good hand or a bad hand, you just draw at least one picture of a hand every day. I'm going to start today. As well as, on top of that, I'm going to write at least one sentence, whether it's good or bad, for a book I'm trying to write every day. Regardless if I have plans of actually publishing that or just writing for fun, just one sentence, at least, a day. And one drawing, at least, a day. And now I do need to get something, whatever. Just pick up the pencil, draw a quick sketch. It could be a stick figure. It doesn't matter. But at least So it gets in my mind and burrows into my head. I got to do it. So I hope that next week next Monday I can say, yep, I did indeed do that. I also need to record more videos for YouTube. I'm going to probably have to make the transition from TikTok solely to YouTube and Twitch because TikTok is currently going through a period where it's trying to make itself marketable to advertisement companies and other companies, and they're trying to sell their stocks more. So their algorithm is based on a lot of different things, and it's starting to hurt people's bottom line in terms of content creation because I'm getting less and less enthusiastic about posting a joke because I knew when my jokes are good and when my jokes are bad because I can gather correctly the response from them. But now none of my videos are being seen by my followers. I don't care about the For You page. I care about my followers. And it's weird that a video will stay at like 200 views. I have 317,000 followers, by the way. And yet my video will stay at 1,700 at the most views for a day. And then one video that's just now recently back up was at 700 views while the other ones were ahead of that. It's been stuck at 700 views, and I wasn't able to see it nor comment on it for a bit. And now it's back, and no warning, no, it's been removed or anything. So what? No updates, and it still hasn't gotten views. Let me check right now. What is this? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought somebody was commenting something dumb. Nope, they were commenting something very nice, so. Scroll down. Yep, 743. Still at 700. Same. Oh, no, it's back down. It's back down. Let me show you. Let me show you this. So, oh, God, you're not going to be able to say it. It's this one right here. It's this one right here. You see how you can still see it, kind of? If I move the camera, click on it. Gone. And let me tell you, this does load, but it's not loading right now. Not removed. And here's my comment that says, oh, it's back up. Right at the top. You can't see it because my camera's focused on my face because I didn't want it to have it on autofocus. People saw it, but it's only got 4 comments. One of it's my comment. And TikTok usually warns you when they remove a video, but no warning. It's not removed. It's just not allowed. And I did not say it's a sex joke, of course. I make a lot of those. They don't get removed because I don't use overtly sexual. Because I even had a video that was about. It was literally just a joke about a bro job. That was the whole joke, and that's it. And yet it was removed. I didn't say. I think it was because I said suck them off. So that was deemed inappropriate. Even though they have full minors. I said full grown, but I was also thinking about full grown men doing that weird sexual stuff where they hump the camera. But those are also minors. I just look at that and think, this is a grown man doing this. It's not. It's a teenager. That's why they're stupid like that. That's why it's sexual. That's why they're doing that, because they're in the teenage years of their brain, and they're like, I want someone to think I'm sexy. When you're not. You look like dumb. You just look so dumb, and I want to bully them. I want to genuinely find where they live and bully them for making that video. I know they're doing it for views. They're baiting views. They want to be made fun of. They want someone to look at their video, because you can tell when someone is like, nah, I'm hot. I want the reaction. Oh my God, these girls love me. Versus when someone's like overtly doing cringe because it'll get people to talk about them. It's like how Stepping Now does his whole satire incel thing, but it's to the point where it's even past the performance and becoming reality. Because once something can become so satirical that you become the people that you're trying to mock because you're doing it too much and you're doing it too well and you're missing the point. And you are now just like overtly like nobody's in on it. Nobody can tell the difference. It's not obvious. I mean, it is obvious to a lot of people that it's just bait, but it's getting to the point where if the general public doesn't even want to participate anymore. The fact that when locals, I have to see the videos over and over where the locals are just. It's getting annoying, honestly. It's getting annoying. Let me tell you this. Locals love 2 things. lame edge humor and then getting mad at edge humor. Those are the only two things. It's the only two things. Because they'll either love it too much and kill it, or they'll think that any joke that is not absolutely devoid of bad things is wrong. Because there's a lot of times that somebody will joke, like breeder. It's a fine, normal ass. Just it's a slight little poke at it's not, no one's being serious. But then you'll have somebody being like, well, I'm just saying that you're becoming the oppressor. You're like, shut up. Oh no, somebody's gonna. Oh no, someone's gonna be sad that someone called them a breeder. Like, oh my god, come on now. That's what it is. They either like complaining about everything, or they like complaining that everybody's complaining about everything. It's just... See, I have to make sure that people are following with me the entire time, because I've got rebuttals in my head. I know where people are going to think. I know how people act. I know how people think. I know what people are going to say to each and every single thing that I say. You know, the general public. I just know people. I've been watching them forever. I know how they act. When you people please like me, you learn. Anyway. This video is longer than I wanted it to be because I was trying to get to the point, but I'll go ahead and end it here because it's everything. Room's a little messy over here and behind me, but overall cleaner than usual. In fact, let me go ahead and throw these pants on in here. Throw the wallet. Made it in there. Boom, that's sexy. Inside that, keep that there. Make sure it stays clean. I need to get another trash bag. Yeah. And then sooner or later, we can move these things into there. Move all those over there and into that corner over there. The orange things. You see that like orange lid right there? Right here. Sorry. This one right here. The things that go to that, move that onto the far corner, move that over there, right next to my dresser over here, so it's just stacked up. Get a coffee table of some kind. Remember to draw, remember to write. Record more videos for YouTube, regardless of whatever it is. Just upload something, always post something. But overall, even if I don't post anything, because I might get busy with my own life, or side jobs that I might take so I can pay the bills, know that I will always post this update. So there's at least always going to be for every Monday, except for the first month, the Monday before, the first Monday of the month of the new year, I did post something. So every Monday of this new year, there's going to be a video. Even if I have to do what I can do on Monday. I mean, technically I posted on a Tuesday, but it was still Monday somewhere else. I just got a little late because of other stuff. So, and I was sick, so kill me. Sorry. Anyway. Oh no, I think I did do it on a Monday. I think I did. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day. Sorry I've been all over the place sporadically with this whole thing. I'm just ready to go in. I need to clean my desk next. God, when you don't do things... Oh my god, the washer. I gotta go empty that out. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to make sure that it didn't leak on the floor in case it... every time I see a washer, I assume that it just is broken because I've been poor my whole life and I've never known a fixed washer. Our landlords never fixed anything. We just had broken stuff and then we just had to deal with it. We'd get the house and everything would be broken and then we'd be blamed for it. That was always fun because my mother and I weren't dumb. We would make lists, or at least she would make lists because I was too lazy. She would make lists of everything that was, which you should also do because tenants will do that. They will have stuff break from previous tenants. They will get you there, say they replaced it, and then put you on the line for it. Because, maybe they know it works, but can easily break down. And once it breaks down, instead of doing their normal trickery to fix it a little bit, make it work for the next day, they'll just say, well, you replace it. Off their hands. They save their money. Degenerate people. Some people that own homes are horrible people. You should know that because they don't care. because they have not had to live the idea that they live in the same situation. You can tell when someone has compassion and they've lived the way you've lived and they know how to, versus when they're just horrible people that, mommy and daddy spoon-fed for their entire life and have never had to pick up a job to help pay the bills and never had to, they're just, they're big babies when they don't get their way, but everybody's so sensitive, okay, but except for them, but then they don't get their way and they're like, that's why your marriage keeps failing. That's why you're not happy. That's why that's why you never truly found happiness, and you lie to yourself every single day, buddy buckaroo. You're never gonna find it because you're an evil person, and evil people don't find happiness. They only lie to themselves because they want more. Gluttony will be your end, your sin, and your burial. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. If you'd like to join my cult, I have a Discord. It's in the link tree in the description below. Just sell me your soul and give me your money every single day. At least $1 every day. Or go ahead and go to my Patreon, where I do podcasts. Those are going to be where I put my political beliefs, because I am trying to keep political beliefs separate from my comedy and my content here on TikTok, YouTube. Because the problem is that I push that off onto people too much. Because people can disagree. They honestly can. I'm obviously a pro-poor person. I'm a anti-poor person. I don't like that there are poor people, but I'm just anti the system. I'm for the people. I'm a working class man. I've always been like that, and that's who I stand by. That's all I'm saying. We can disagree on a lot of things, but personally, even I stand with the poor, even if it would ruin the country, is what I'm saying. Like, if you said, well, this would ruin the country, I'd go, well, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like, if it meant the world was burning, I'm saying extremes to get to my point across. Even if the world was burning because of what I wanted, if it meant that the majority of people would benefit, yeah, sorry. But scorpions are going to be in everyone's breads forever now. There's just going to be a scorpion in there. Well, I guess we just don't buy bread then. I mean, you win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. Oh, no, the water. Like, every time you go for a glass of water, sometimes it's going to be filled with pee. Well, I mean, cover your nose and drink up, or don't. Like, if you taste pepis, pour it out. Simple as that. I can't spoon feed you, all right? You don't know how to walk on your own, all right? And if you're paralyzed, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. But I can see why you're paralyzed, because you're okay. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I'll keep all that political crap in my podcast over there. Yes, I'm one of those guys that has podcasts. At least I have a reason to. Some of these people just think that people care about their opinion. I actually have people that do listen to me. So there's a difference. Eat me, okay? How does it feel not having people listen to you? Mr. Podcaster, Miss, I'm going to make fun of everybody for doing a podcast, yet I don't have anyone even looking in my direction. Stop. You're making me feel like a loser, and it's hurting my feelings. I was already bullied. I don't need to be bullied vicariously through you making fun of the suburban 35-year-old that has 3 kids, is divorced, and doesn't even try to see his kids, and blames his wife for everything, but starts a podcast with his friend that he never, in the small town that he never left because he never aspired for anything because his parents never raised him right because they spoon-fed his butt. And he talks about popular culture, and then he makes a comment about how nobody's able to say anything these days, and then goes ahead and says everything he wants to say with no repercussions. It's just that, if you're in the public eye and you say something risky, you can see that people don't. I mean, I'm just anyway. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm just saying, like, if I say something bad, I'm prepared to deal with the backlash for it. I stand by what I say. So if I say something bad and I get people like, hey, that's a bad thing, I already know. I actively list off people that I think would be better off gone from the earth. And in that whole moral high ground where it's like, Everybody deserves a chance at life. I'm just like, everybody. Everybody. Like, everybody. Like, everybody. Because, I mean, there's somebody out there that's, like, driving nails into somebody's skull. And you think that guy, like, well, give him a second chance. Really, that guy? I kind of don't want to. I don't like him. I kind of don't want to. He's driving nails into people's heads. I'm sure that he might be a great guy if you gave him the chance to change, but I mean, he's kind of mean right now. He's kind of bad right now. Like, if I found out he did that a long time ago, but he changed a long time ago, you know, I'd be like, I mean, like, depending on how far someone, I'm just saying, like, if he said, I'm trying to make a change, and he was driving nails into people's skulls yesterday, you'd be like, police? No. But if it was like, oh, well, when I was 17, I drove nails into people's heads. But I've changed from that. I was just going through some stuff, and I was mentally ill. And to be honest, I don't really recall the reasons why I did it. I just did it, and I was a horror, blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, and he's like 35. You'd be like, oh, well, that was bad, and I'm not at all excusing what you did. But you have changed. As long as you don't do that again, you have a right to, operate and live in the world because you've learned from that and you've changed. And you were a 17-year-old. So, you were an adult. You should have known. You should not drive nails into people's skulls. That's a bad thing. But, while we're, not mutilating people, you were. But while we weren't making beautiful sculptures, you were making very beautiful yet abstract sculptures just with human bodies. And so, to each their own. Okay, to each their own. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. Love you all. I'm JuiceeSaft. I don't like going by anything but monikers because I just like it. Anyway, so just call me Juicy or Juju. So, love you. Bye.